While Amish and Mennonites share similar origins, their food storage methods tell completely different stories about technology, tradition, and survival. These 10 differences reveal how each community feeds itself year-round. Power source fundamentals. The fundamental divide that shapes everything else begins with a simple question: electricity or no electricity? Amish reject electric-powered food storage entirely, creating elaborate systems based on manual labor, natural cooling, and techniques passed down through generations. Every preservation method must work without plugging into the grid. Mennonites embrace modern electric appliances, including refrigerators, freezers, and processing equipment without any technological restrictions, allowing them to utilize the full spectrum of modern food preservation. Freezing capabilities. Winter preservation takes dramatically different forms when electricity enters the equation. Amish cannot utilize electric freezers, limiting them to seasonal ice harvesting from frozen ponds, propane-powered units that require constant fuel management, and natural cooling methods that depend entirely on weather patterns. Mennonites maintain large electric freezers, enabling long-term meat storage, prepared meal preservation, bulk food processing, and year-round frozen food access that completely eliminates seasonal preservation constraints. This single difference reshapes their entire approach to food planning. Smoking and curing. Meat preservation reveals the most dramatic contrast between ancient wisdom and modern convenience. Amish smokehouses represent authentic traditional meat preservation using specific wood types like hickory, apple, and oak. The smoking process requires constant attention, with fires maintained at precise temperatures for days or weeks. Butchering follows seasonal patterns during cooler months when natural temperatures help preserve meat. Salt curing involves covering meat with specific salt mixtures, often including brown sugar and spices. The knowledge required encompasses understanding wood moisture content, recognizing proper curing stages, and timing processes with weather patterns. Mennonites may maintain traditional smokehouses for flavor, but often supplement with electric smokers that provide consistent temperature control regardless of weather conditions. These modern units eliminate guesswork through digital thermostats and automatic timers. Electric processing equipment enables year-round meat preservation without seasonal constraints. Vacuum sealing machines remove air from packages, extending storage life significantly beyond traditional methods. Many families combine both approaches, using traditional smoking for special occasions while relying on electric equipment for daily preservation needs. Both communities achieve food security, but through vastly different investments of time, knowledge, and equipment. Canning equipment. The art of canning reveals how technology transforms even the most traditional preservation methods. Amish use wood-fired stoves that require constant fuel management and careful temperature control. Manual pressure canners demand vigilant monitoring, with operators watching gauges and adjusting heat sources throughout the processing cycle. Wood-fired canning involves extensive preparation. Fires must be started hours before processing begins, with steady fuel supplies maintained throughout marathon canning sessions. The process demands deep knowledge about altitude adjustments, processing times, and safety protocols. Community canning events follow barn-raising organizational models, with families gathering to process seasonal abundance together using shared equipment and collective knowledge. Mennonites utilize electric pressure canners with automatic controls that maintain consistent pressure and temperature without constant monitoring. Digital processing equipment provides precise timing, automatic pressure release, and safety features that eliminate much of the guesswork. Electric stoves offer instant temperature control, allowing precise heat adjustment throughout the canning process. Modern safety features include automatic shutoffs, pressure relief valves, and digital displays that monitor all critical variables continuously. The efficiency gains allow Mennonite families to preserve larger quantities in shorter timeframes, reducing labor intensity while improving safety margins. Both communities achieve excellent preservation results, but the technological divide creates completely different experiences in terms of labor requirements and processing capacity. Root storage systems. Underground food storage reveals architectural philosophies that reflect each community's relationship with technology and tradition. Amish. Root cellars follow traditional designs using natural materials, manual ventilation systems, and indigenous construction techniques. These underground spaces utilize natural earth temperatures, typically maintaining 32 to 40 degrees Fahrenheit year-round without mechanical systems. Construction involves careful site selection, often utilizing natural hillsides for optimal drainage and temperature stability. Ventilation relies on strategically placed pipes that create natural airflow through temperature differentials. Storage organization follows traditional knowledge about which vegetables store best together, optimal humidity levels for different crops, and rotation schedules that maximize storage life. Mennonites. Storage spaces often incorporate modern insulation materials, electric ventilation systems, temperature monitoring equipment, and climate control technology that provides precise environmental management regardless of external conditions. Electric fans ensure consistent airflow, while dehumidifiers and humidifiers maintain optimal moisture levels for different storage requirements. Digital thermometers and hygrometers provide continuous monitoring of storage conditions. Technology enables larger storage capacities with reduced spoilage rates. Automated systems can alert owners to temperature or humidity changes that might threaten stored food, preventing losses that traditional systems might not detect quickly enough. Both approaches successfully preserve root vegetables, fruits, and other products through winter months, but the technological divide creates different capabilities and maintenance requirements. Dairy processing methods. Milk and dairy product preservation showcases perhaps the most dramatic technological divide between these communities. Amish rely on traditional churning equipment, natural cheese aging processes, and cooling methods that depend entirely on natural resources and manual labor. Butter churning uses hand-cranked or treadle-powered equipment that requires significant physical effort. Natural cheese aging occurs in caves, cellars, or specially constructed aging rooms that maintain consistent temperatures through natural earth cooling. Milk cooling utilizes spring houses, where natural spring water provides consistent cooling temperatures. Or ice houses, where winter harvested ice preserves milk through warmer months. Traditional dairy processing requires extensive knowledge about milk handling, temperature control, and timing. Proper sanitation depends on manual cleaning procedures and natural disinfection methods. Mennonites utilize modern pasteurization equipment, electric cream separators, refrigerated aging rooms, and automated processing systems that provide consistent quality control regardless of weather conditions or seasonal variations. Electric pasteurization equipment ensures consistent heating temperatures that eliminate harmful bacteria while preserving milk quality. Electric cream separators provide consistent separation with minimal physical effort, enabling larger volume processing. Controlled aging environments use electric temperature and humidity controls to create perfect cheese aging conditions year-round. Modern dairy equipment enables larger-scale production with improved safety margins. Both communities produce excellent dairy products, but the technological divide creates different production capacities, quality, consistency, and labor requirements. Dehydration techniques. Food drying methods demonstrate how environmental control technology transforms preservation capabilities. Amish. Dehydration relies entirely on natural sun drying, wood-fired drying chambers, and seasonal timing that depends completely on weather patterns. Solar drying requires perfect weather conditions, adequate sunlight, and low humidity levels that may not occur when needed. Wood-fired drying chambers use carefully controlled fires to create consistent drying temperatures. Traditional drying schedules follow seasonal patterns when conditions are optimal for specific foods. Weather dependency creates significant challenges, as rainy periods or high humidity can halt drying processes and threaten food preservation. Community cooperation often involves shared drying facilities and coordinated processing schedules. Mennonites combine traditional methods with electric dehydrators, controlled temperature systems, consistent processing equipment, and weather independent drying capabilities that enable year round food dehydration regardless of external conditions. Electric dehydrators provide precise temperature control, consistent airflow, and timer systems that automate much of the drying process. These units eliminate weather dependency while producing consistent results. Modern dehydrators include adjustable temperature settings for different food types, ensuring optimal drying conditions for fruits, vegetables, meats, and herbs. Indoor processing capabilities allow dehydration during winter months or poor weather conditions. Both communities successfully preserve foods through drying, but technological systems provide reliability and consistency advantages that traditional methods struggle to achieve consistently. Bulk grain preservation. Long-term grain storage reveals fundamental differences in pest control philosophies and quality maintenance approaches. Amish. Bulk storage emphasizes traditional wooden containers, natural pest management techniques, and manual monitoring systems based on generations of accumulated knowledge about grain preservation without chemical or technological interventions. Traditional wooden bins use specific construction techniques that allow proper air circulation while preventing pest infiltration. Natural pest control relies on diatomaceous earth, herbal deterrents, and companion storage techniques that discourage insects without chemical treatments. Manual monitoring involves regular inspection schedules, hands-on grain assessment, and sensory evaluation techniques that experienced grain handlers use to detect problems early. Community knowledge sharing ensures effective techniques pass between families and generations. Mennonites utilize modern storage containers, electric monitoring equipment, technological pest management systems, and automated quality control processes that provide consistent results, regardless of seasonal variations or manual monitoring capabilities. Metal silos with controlled environments protect grain from weather, pests, and moisture fluctuations through engineered systems that maintain optimal storage conditions continuously. Electric monitoring equipment includes temperature sensors, moisture meters, and automated alarm systems that alert owners to condition changes that might threaten grain quality. Advanced storage systems enable larger-scale grain preservation with reduced labor requirements and improved quality consistency. Both communities successfully preserve grain for long-term food security, but technological systems provide capacity, consistency, and monitoring advantages that traditional methods achieve through intensive manual labor. Seasonal planning. Annual food security planning reveals completely different approaches to managing seasonal abundance and scarcity. Amish. Planning follows traditional agricultural cycles, natural preservation timing, community cooperation patterns, and weather-dependent processing schedules that align completely with natural rhythms and seasonal availability. Seasonal planning begins with spring garden planning that considers storage capabilities, family consumption patterns, and community sharing networks. Crop selection emphasizes varieties that store well using traditional methods and mature during optimal preservation windows. Summer processing schedules coordinate with natural growing cycles, optimal weather conditions for specific preservation methods, and community labor availability during critical harvest periods. Timing requires intimate knowledge of local climate patterns and traditional preservation requirements. Fall preparation involves intensive preservation activities that must align with crop maturity, optimal weather conditions, and traditional storage preparation schedules. This period demands coordinated family effort and community cooperation to process seasonal abundance efficiently. Winter planning focuses on managing stored food supplies, monitoring storage conditions, and planning for spring planting based on consumption patterns and storage success rates from the previous season. Community coordination ensures optimal use of shared equipment, coordinated processing schedules, and mutual assistance during peak preservation periods. Families plan preservation activities to maximize community resource sharing,